Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Knives out. As many of you know from the comments, especially some of my more vocal commenters, I have been very forgiving of Merrick Garland as the Attorney General. I even got a message from Libby from Meister Tarot when she posted up on my videos regarding the Hur report. And I think she and I are of the same mind that, we've given Merrick Garland a lot of slack. Tried to be very understanding that he's had a lot of stuff he's had to deal with a bunch of Trumpers in the Department of Justice and trying to get rid of them, and it's hampered investigations and such. Biden has referred to Merrick Garland as kind of ponderous. Again, with the January 6th, he wanted Merrick Garland to act with speed instead of as like a speed with an attorney general, not like a ponderous judge. Jack Smith got put in the case, and you can see what speed looks like. Now, with this fellow Hur, he was appointed to the Department of Justice, and he has ties to the Trump administration. That doesn't mean he's a Trumper, but his career was excelling under the Trump administration. Is this one of those people that Merrick Garland had to, evaluate if he should stay in the Department of Justice or go? I don't know. Maybe not. But, I didn't follow politics before 2016. I really, really didn't. I probably, like most of you, I was out living my life. I had a wife. I had a couple of kids. I was working. I was, trying to get by, make the house payments, and get, save up money for the kids going to college and all the things. Just living my life day to day. And then Trump blew into here. Or Trump started running. I was going through a divorce when Trump blew into office. Merrick Garland had been wronged. He should have been a Supreme Court justice, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And, you listen to Linda G, and I think she was the first person I was hearing saying with Merrick Garland, he's got a lot of cleaning up he needs to do. And there's a lot of Trumpers that got into the Department of Justice, the FBI. They were appointed to civilian positions overseeing the military responses, that sort of thing. He put lackeys and cronies in positions of power where he could. Trump did. And Merrick Garland, one of the things he had to do was start extracting those people. But again, where I was going with this is that I wouldn't have known that a special counsel would write a report and then he runs it past the attorney general and, they work together to craft this thing before it goes out for the general public. That's not something that was impacting my daily life, but the Mueller report showed me that was the normal way of doing things. So when the Hur report comes out and they illustrate points to make it seem like that Biden is senile, basically, it's like, well, why the hell's that in there? That makes no sense. And Merrick Garland has editorial rights over this document. And he can say, take this out, and it's going to get taken out. He gets the ultimate say whether that report... He doesn't have to share the report if he doesn't want to. Right? He makes a special counsel write the... Yeah, special counsel wrote the report. Authors write books. Editors edit those books. So this is going to be a Merrick Garland special reading here. I want to read on the energy of Merrick Garland and this report, and then we'll spin out from there and what's going to happen next. The White House is livid about this. Make no mistake, they're livid. Jill Biden sent out an email to donors, basically illustrating this. And it was that email brought in more donations to the Biden campaign than any other email they had sent out. So, just like Trump wanting to get arrested so he can grift, you attack President Biden, you attack his age and his memory, and you're going to have a bunch of money coming in. So, I guess mixed blessing, if you will. But What's the energy around Merrick Garland with this report? Entertainment purposes only. Deck is upside down. Knight of Pentacles delivering the message. The message is delivered. There's value in it. Yeah, there's value in it because you're trying to show that Biden wasn't hoarding documents. And that's the other thing Libby was saying was that the classified documents in there were like letters and memos and stuff like that. It wasn't Iranian war plans or the nuclear secrets or capabilities or submarines or something along those lines. So there was value to bringing the report public. I agree with that. It's the editing that's the problem. Crossed with the Nine of Pentacles. Wealth, luxury, appreciation. What is this all about? What is going on with... Need to see the shadow card. More money. It's all about money. What is going on? Money or value? This is not health. It could be health. I wonder if this is about health. You know, pentacles are about money, wealth, or health. So one of the things with this report is that it brought forward issues about Joe Biden and, you know, the wealth of information that he had with him. Although I haven't read the reports, I don't know if it really talks in detail about what he had or didn't have, like Libby was pointing out. But if we look at his health, this is a mature woman. Now, on the lower energy, this mature woman doesn't appreciate what she has, and she retracts in here. And underneath is the Seven of Coins, which can be the evaluation of health. And it's almost like again, the whole controversy with this is bringing forward questions about Joe Biden's mental health and well-being. Here, no, you know, heaven forbid we talk about Donald Trump's mental health and well-being, but it's almost like Garland was giving us an early warning about Joe Biden's mental health. That, or there's just a whole bunch of money that's being exchanged over here too, and I would believe that. But let's see where this goes. In the past, we have the Ten of Swords. The ending. This reading's confusing me. And the reason why it's... Okay, this reading's confusing me. I'm going to just throw the rest of the cards and I'm going to try and sort it out here. Because I think Spirit's not answering the question I asked. I'm now like, okay, is it discussing her? Because I'm trying to discuss what's Merrick Garland in this. And I may not be getting Merrick Garland. I may be getting her coming forward with this information. So let me throw the rest of the cards to see if that's making sense. Okay, I'm going to read it as a general reading, and then we'll... Who here read Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy trilogy? The trilogy of 5 books. The answer is 42. Now we just have to figure out what the question is. Okay, so somebody was coming forward with a message that they thought was going to bring a lot of value to the American public. They had done a lot of work, but this person has their opinions. And their work product that they brought forward is incorporating their opinions and trying to create a narrative for the rest of the people to value. In the past, we've got this ending. This person who did this report... didn't feel like they were supported. Maybe they were terminated from some position. Maybe they were restricted in some way, either with this report or before the report. But they had endings here, or they wanted to bring an ending to somebody. So they might have come in with this intention of bringing. This is now starting to make sense. They have come forward with this message to bring an ending to somebody who has wealth and popularity and such, because their values don't align. Current situation is disappointment. This could be disappointment that the report that they brought didn't do more to impugn this person, or this could be the disappointment of the people that got the report and can't believe that instead of focusing on the values, they're focusing on emotions. Overarching energy. This report was supposed to bring something to an end, to a close. This report should have closed and been a standalone document. But there might be ulterior motives that we're also trying to bring a close. And now what's ending up happening here is there's now questioning that the reporter is, they're in bed with somebody, if you will. They're, who was supporting the reporter who did this? Because there looks like there's emotional bias in here. It looks petty and vindictive. So now folks are looking, instead of looking at the report and who's reporting on, they're now looking at the reporter and the editor. And change it, and this is leading to a counterattack, to a response to it. Okay. Again, as I've explained in previous readings, I look at the cards and I try and sort out the story. And that sometimes, Spirit makes it really easy. Gives you the play school version of readings, and they make the cards obvious. And when I look at these cards and I'm befuddled, it's because I asked a specific question. I expected a specific answer, and then the answer doesn't align to the question I asked. And now I have to figure out what question they are answering. So I think I sorted it out there. And also, the faster I start reading and snapping things off, the more likely I'm channeling the right answer. Okay, so that's kind of how it works for me when I do this. So this is more a reading of Hur's report and what it was actually intending to do. Hur's got some troubles coming for him because I don't think he went into this unbiased. He went into this with an agenda. An agenda to bring Biden and his presidency to an end. And now it's backfiring. Because people were expecting an unbiased... you could have presented the report without attacking Joe Biden's memory. You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to say, well, the reason we're not prosecuting is that people would say, oh, well, we love Joe Biden and we feel sorry for him, so we would never prosecute him. That's not the point of the report. The report is to lay out the facts in the story behind him. If you're going to make speculation, you can speculate on intent or something along those lines. I really don't think that you're supposed to speculate whether or not you would win the court case and why you would or would not win it as a reason for bringing it or not bringing it. And I think the Mueller report basically, even up front, said they couldn't bring charges against him because that was not the charter that they were given by William Barr or whoever was in charge of the Mueller report when he first started writing it. Actually, it wasn't Barr. It was now I've forgotten the guy's name. The assistant director that we all thought was going to be helpful, and he particularly wasn't. So now Hur's kind of in the spotlight, and Garlic Garrett and Merrick Garland, Garlic Marand is in the spotlight too. All right. What's Merrick Garland thinking about this right now? Now that the White House is now basically on the attack for this. What's Merrick Garland thinking right now? Oh, well, that's a problem, isn't it? He signed off on this report. He willingly signed off on this report. Makes you wonder if he read it. If he trusted it. If he trusted her and he didn't read that closely. Skipped that section or something. He knows he's in trouble right now. Do not be surprised if he resigns. Do not be surprised if he offers his resignation. What's Merrick Garland? Oh, there we go. There's that evaluation underneath there. He signed on to this report, and there's a bunch of pushback. He's being talked to about this, and he's being made offers, or, there are discussions and offers being made. And I think that's about his removal. It's about his value in this position for much longer. Now, they may not remove Merrick Garland right away, because if you do, how does that look? Right? You put out a report scathing of the President of the United States, and then you are asked to resign like a week or two later. That it doesn't take much rocket science to say that. I mean, even if you were to resign in August, people are still going to come back to this report. It's just, it's in the past. So I think there's already discussions about him being replaced, and how to replace him, and when to do it. In the past, we had the Ace of Wands. This report was supposed to be kind of a defining thing, I guess, with the Department of Justice to go forward with that investigation. But this is how Merrick Garland's feelings. There was that strong investigation into it, and he agreed to that report. But did you not read it? Maybe you did read it and you agreed with it or something. But man, that was not a good move. It's funny when you look at the Devil's Hand here. He looks like he's doing the "Live Long and Prosper" Vulcan part with his hand. Current situation is the Knight of Swords. Yeah, here they come. You beat the president down with a stick like that. Oh, here come the Biden supporters. Here come the Brandons. Dark Brandon supporters are out. And knives are out. Just like I said when I started this thing. Knives out. Here we go. Now I don't want to say you've around and found out, because this report never should have been about effing around. This report was always supposed to be about finding out. But the way you presented it is like you've reversed the F around and find out. You found out, then you effed around, and now you're about to find out some more. Yeah, that was a huge mistake. Oh, what was I thinking when I signed this? Yeah, are you so... Again, it's almost like he didn't read it. You would like to think that if he read it, he would have seen how bad an idea it was to incorporate Biden's mental health or his mental cognition in that report. Huge mistake. I don't know if this guy doesn't understand politics or whatnot, but I don't know how he got convinced to leave it in there. And that's, again, giving Merrick Garland all the benefits of the doubt. Somebody must have convinced him. He must not have read it. It's like, you can't be that freaking stupid to include that in there. You really can't be. Maybe he is. Lesson to be learned is doing the work. It just seems like he didn't read it. He trusted it. He didn't do the work he was supposed to do, and this thing got out. Yeah, way to go. Way to undo. He's been in the office for 3 years, and we can argue about how effective he was or was not in these 3 years. But this 4th year, that's a poison cup that's coming now. Outcome is the Magician. Now there's damage control. Do you own this report? Is this report a lie? Do you read it? The barn door is open. The horse and the cows are gone. The horses are gone. What are you going to do now? Magician. Manifest. I think this is telling me that somebody new is coming in. They're going to bring somebody new in to replace Merrick Garland. That's it. He's done. I mean, let's face facts. You probably don't need some random dude on the internet reading tarot cards to tell you that Merrick Garland's going to be replaced as the Attorney General after laying out a special counsel's report that you had editorial rights over and had the ability of whether it was going to be published or not. And you let it out there saying that the guy's old, senile, and we can't prosecute him because people like him too much. That's a hell of a message you're sending there about the President of the United States in a freaking election year when he's up for re-election. Why not just announce that you're doing an investigation into his emails while you're at it? You know, if you're really hell-bent on handing the election over to the authoritarian party. Dumbass. I know one person in particular does not like it when I swear, but you know what? I'm 50 freaking 8 years old. If I want to swear, I'm going to swear. And calling somebody a dumbass isn't swearing. Well, it kind of is. But he also deserves it because he is. My channel, my words. And I do tend to use it for emphasis. I am not a potty mouth on my channel here. But in this case, I will be. The camera's off. Michelle cannot swear me. She swears like a freaking sailor man. But trust me, if I was really pissed off, there'd be several colorful adjectives before the word dumbass came out of my mouth. Dumbass. I'm a victim. I've been influenced by Popeye cartoons. Oh my god, Popeye was vulgar as heck. Especially the old ones. The 30s, with the sliding door. Not the 50s one. The 50s one, they cleaned him up. And the 30s ones, oh lordy, that man had a potty mouth. It was just, everything was mumbled. And the phrase, oh no, I got your whatever right here. My Popeye. You swear like a sailor. Who knew? Okay. With that, Merrick Garland, what's the future looking like for Merrick Garland? When's he going to be replaced? There's the nightmare. It could be 9 months. 9 months from now, let's see, what would that put us? That would put us in November. Yeah, he could be replaced. It might happen right around the election, right after the election. But nightmare scenario. Ace of Coins. 5 of Swords. Hanged Man. Page of Pentacles. I think... Does this tell me when he's going to be replaced? He knows he messed up. He knows he messed up big time. And there's no bouncing back for this. There really is no bouncing back for this. He's going to be the one... Somebody's going to come with the message. Is he the one off? He's... Basically... This report is... He's going to sack... Basically, this killed his career. This killed his career. I would not expect him to be nominated for I'll throw on that one. I think he's wondering if, by doing this report, if he killed his chances of being on the Supreme Court. It's like fool's gold. This was a foolish report. He trusted the guy. He didn't read it. He trusted what he was told on this. And this has got repercussions. I'm telling you, I don't know if that would ever come out. I don't know if he would ever admit to not reading it. But that, to me, is like the thing that makes the most sense. It's like he didn't read it. William Barr, remember William Barr, quote unquote, read the Mueller report in like a weekend and then came up with that lame 4-page memo saying there was no there. Merrick Garland could have come up with this 4-page summary as well. Didn't, but he could have. To summarize it, he didn't read it. He just didn't read it. Or that part was kept away from him or something like that, and he never went back. I swear, it just seems like he trusted. All right. Merrick Garland in the Supreme Court. Is there any chance he's getting pulled? This card is just leaping out. What do we got there? There's the nightmare card again. Yeah, he doesn't think he's getting on the Supreme Court. I buried it back in there. We'll see if it pops up again. But how funny that card. Nine of Swords. That's 3 times in a row. This card's coming up on. I'm going to leave it on the top because it wants to pop up. Here we go. There's that Page of Pentacles again. There's your Supreme Court. There's your Court Justice. Knight of Pentacles. Look at all these things. Backroom deals. Knight of Cups. Will he get on the Supreme Court? There's that offer there. I don't know if we're talking about the Supreme Court here. It's like, this was the underneath card, that offer that was coming through. And here's the report that came through. The backroom dealings and the courts. An offer. Is it sincere offer or not? I don't know. I think this, to me, what this is telling me is that this was, I think this is her coming through here with this report as a false friend, that there were back shenanigans going on back there, and this is impacting Merrick Garland's ability to be on the Supreme Court. Maybe he goes back to being a federal judge or something along those lines, or he retires after this. I don't see him going on the Supreme Court. I mean, this to me would be a great Supreme Court card, but I think these two things have undermined this ability. Maybe they find something else for him to do on that one. Oh, okay, there we go. Folks wanted me to throw, because that could fit. Folks wanted me to throw, is he a member of the Federalist Society? Was he being influenced by the Federalist Society? And those cards could fit that. The 3 of coins, the backroom money deals going on there. Was Merrick Garland influenced by the Federalist Society? Either directly or indirectly. Was Merrick Garland influenced by the Federalist Society? Either directly or indirectly. That would have been a great reading for that one, because that would be yes. He was definitely, I think he was influenced by that. There was that Page of Coins and that Knight of Coins. Money, money, money. Things being delivered of value. And I don't think it's money per se. I think it was prestige or something along those lines. Again, there's that trust. Was he approached, or is he involved with the Federal Society, either knowingly or unknowingly? There's your Page of Pentacles. Big push. I'll do a big reading on this one. He was told this was going to be a big, valuable report, and he signed on to it. Things of value. I don't know if it's money necessarily, but money keeps coming up. But think of coins as being things of value. And there's your false friend. Yeah, he was. If not him, Hur is part of is being guided by the Federalist Society. Yeah, I absolutely think there is something there. There's your winner takes all. The Federalist Society trying to undo Biden. Look at all these cards that are coming up that were just the same in that reading before. Oh, that was damn foolish thing of you to do. He absolutely trusted these folks. King of Pentacles. Because Federalist Society wants Donald Trump in there. And this absolutely feeds Donald Trump. There's this huge disappointment. Again, this factors into the reading because this was over here in that position. I think the Federalist Society put a bunch of money behind this, and they got Merrick Garland to agree to it. This is part of their all-out plan to get rid of Biden, and they got. I think this is her with the Fool supporting that. It's not working though. It didn't work like they thought it was going to work, and now the Biden administration's fighting back. Whether or not Merrick Garland intentionally worked at the Federalist Society? I don't know, but they are I would say yes, they're involved with it. They provided a lot of information, value, money, or resources, whatever, to push this false agenda. Yeah, I absolutely think the federal, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be conspiracy theory boogeyman that, oh, the Federalist Society is filled with, they're the Illuminati type thing, Actually, if you really wanted to get down to brass tacks, the Federalist Society is much more the deep state and the Illuminati than whoever y'all think is the deep state or the Illuminati. Okay? The Federalist Society or the stonemasons or whatever, the Federalist Society is way more Illuminati-like because of their power and influence that they are putting out there, and how it's like a shadow government trying to manipulate the government. I mean, they're a pack or they're a group of folks, but look at the power that they wield. They've got multiple Supreme Court justices on the Supreme Court that could overturn Roe v. Wade. If that's not an Illuminati kind of power move, I don't know what is. But yeah, I do think the Federalist Society has their hands all over this. And I think they had a lot of influence over her, and I think Hur had influence over Merrick Garland, and I think Merrick Garland trusted but didn't verify. And that's why we're in where we're in. Did it work out? Kind of. It's going to give some fodder for Trump and such. But, again, Five of Cups is some things are down, but some things are there. What it's going to do is going to galvanize folks behind Biden for what appears to be an unnecessary attack on his memory. And as I mentioned in my reading the other night, it's not fair to attack older people for their memory and just assume that anybody's over a certain age is a doddering old fool. And if I were in age brackets like that, I'd be really speaking out. I'd be pissed that they're going after this guy. You look at the job he's doing. He's under a lot of pressure. He has a lot of things to remember. And looking at the situation he was in, there's a war going on with Hamas launching rockets into Israel. You can imagine how much sleep he wasn't getting at that point. And then they're asking him random questions like, when did your son Bo die? What the hell does that have to do with secret documents? Ask your questions. Get on with it. And that's kind of out there like, oh, maybe you were distracted when Bo died or something like that. I don't know. This was a hit job. This was set up to be a hit job, and they got their hitman in there to do it. But he didn't. I don't think he killed his target. He wounded him, but he didn't kill him. And now this target's lieutenants are going after the hitman, and they're going to start digging out his past and who he's been working with. And I think more things are going to be exposed because of that. But we'll see how that pans out. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for your likes and your shares and everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so that it makes it out to a wider audience. For folks just discovering this channel recently, welcome. I hope you found this reading insightful. I typically don't delve into the conspiracy Illuminati theories of the world, but sometimes we end up there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.